Thank you to our sponsors for today's video, Eaton, Ionna, and InfyPower. Eaton is a one-stop shop for implementing reliable and innovative EV charging infrastructure at your site. Across all applications, Eaton's EV charging infrastructure, hardware and software, gives you the scalability, flexibility, and intelligence you need to charge today and scale up tomorrow. Learn more at eaton.com/EVCI. Also, Ionna, North America's premier charging network. With unmatched commitment to elevating the customer experience, Ionna is opening America's roads to all EVs, giving drivers the coverage they need, the reliability they deserve, and the amenities they crave. And InfyPower, the largest EV charger module provider with over 3 million power modules running reliably worldwide. Their latest G2 collection features ultra-high power density and efficiency for EV charging and energy storage integration. InfyPower, innovation for your power. Hey, Jordan, good morning.
Good morning.
You know where we are?
We are at, I want to say Gravity. We're at Lucid.
Well, the gravitational pull pulled us here, which we've been many times, to the Lucid HQ in Newark, California. And we have a little bit of an exciting story today, Jordan, because we just flew in to start the actual testing of a production Gravity.
We've been waiting for this for months.
Months we've been waiting for. So we actually came over here to do some charge testing, some driving, meet with the engineering team. And I figured before those videos could all go out, because we have a bunch of stuff to do with the Gravity, dude. And Lucid is so cool. They're gonna let us do all the towing tests, range tests, all the stuff we need to do with this SUV. But I don't think we've ever shown a production Lucid Gravity on the channel, because I've never seen one until right now.
Exactly.
So that's what we're gonna do in this video, is sort of like an update to our Lucid Gravity full tour, which we've already posted to this channel. Most of the things in there will still stand, but that car was like a hodgepodge engineering car. This is actually one that rolled off the production line as intended.
And kind of your intended spec, right?
This is how I would spec it. Blacked out, big wheels. Who cares about range when you have fast charging? And white interior, or light color interior. Right. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's awesome. So what we're gonna do in this video is take everyone sort of on a full tour. This has all the updated software in there, so that's gonna be a huge focus for us, Jordan.
Yep.
And then we'll talk about what we're here to do, because this is like just a little filler video, honestly, and we have a bunch of stuff to do with the Lucid guys over the next 2 days of filming. It's gonna be so much fun. Good morning from Lucid HQ. This is the Lucid Gravity. For those of you who have been under a rock, it is actually, in my opinion, the most exciting new car launching in 2025 in our market. Exclude the Chinese stuff, which is getting really cool and crazy. For the North American market, Jordan, nothing charges faster, right? For passenger cars?
I don't think so, yeah.
400 kilowatt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, really, you know, cool. Taycan's 320, Cybertruck's 325.
We've seen high 300s with GM stuff.
Yeah, 370. Yeah, with the 24 module GM. 400. And I got a screenshot that one of the guys here showed me of it doing 400 on an Ionna station. So wow. Shout out Ionna, shout out Alpi. Love to see it. We're taking this over to ChargePoint's laboratory in just a few minutes after we film this to do some charging tests.
Yep.
As the fire alarm went off? Or what was that?
Some construction vehicle.
Construction vehicle.
A lot of combustion happening behind you.
Yeah. Jordan, why don't we run through just the high level specs of this car and then what we've already done up to this point. I want to show everyone the back, because in this spec, especially blacked out with the stealth trim, it's not exactly black. It's not like a silver. It's like a really nice contrast, I would say.
Yeah, like right here it looks almost chrome, but over here it looks almost as black as the paint. Super, super interesting.
It's really cool, and I think a lot of people, you know, like, looks are totally subjective, and I'm not here to tell anyone what they should think about the looks. I really like it, dude, especially like this.
Yeah.
And it's in medium suspension, so these look amazing when you slam it.
Yep.
And you can drop it all the way down. A big update, by the way, since the last time we filmed this, is the announcement of a Dream Edition Gravity.
Right.
Over 1,000 horsepower. Now we're talking. Things are right with the world. That's what I would want.
Right.
So that's going to be sort of a limited run, fully spec'd car, I think. Maybe, I kind of got the vibe, maybe they won't cancel it so soon. I don't know. I hope they just sell it forever.
Right, like maybe it's limited at first and they're like, wait, we should keep this powertrain, but maybe call it something else. Maybe do a Sapphire situation.
Yeah, like if they're not going to do a full Sapphire with the wide fenders and the tri-motor, at least 1,000 horsepower. They kind of need to get there, because Rivian R1S has 1,000.
Right. Why is that the number we're so obsessed with now? It's too much.
No, it's not. It's perfect. It's just right. I got to get to Starbucks quickly in the morning,
right.
dude. So I'm really excited about that. So anyway, let's run through the specs high level on this thing. So Lucid Gravity is Lucid's second model. What you see here is a Lucid Air. And is this our old Lucid Air, by the way? No, because ours had a cracked windshield that I doubt they fixed. But essentially, it's the second model. It's an up to 7-passenger SUV. It's relatively small on the outside compared to the dimensions on the inside. And I say that because a couple months ago, I brought an Escalade IQ over here, Jordan.
And that made this look like just a compact.
It looked like my Renault Twizy. It looked like a little Matchbox car compared to the Escalade, but this had like comparable or more, especially in the second and third row, interior space than the Escalade.
Yeah.
And can you insert that photo?
Yep.
Bing, right here.
Yeah, it's really impressive. I mean, this has up to 120 cubic feet of storage. That's with the 5-passenger.
Let's just show everyone, because I think the interior spec on this is gorgeous. I love this interior. It's not the top spec. You can get a like O-hide, like something really nice interior.
Yep.
Don't know. This is how I would do it. And it's all basically that similar to like Rivian material where you can like pour red wine on there and wipe it off, which is nice. Not that you should be pouring wine in your car.
In some states, it's legal for the rear passengers to do that.
Soft Close is working on this one.
Oh,
great.
nice. Okay,
wonderful.
good.
Everything's working on this one.
Well, almost, yeah.
Almost. Yeah. Did we find anything that isn't working?
I mean, the software had a few things missing, but it's mostly like ready.
Yeah, and this is one software update behind where they currently are.
Yeah.
And they did that because I don't really know why, but it's one behind.
Well, there's been some confusion. People are like, okay, they had a Gravity release event where they delivered some, but then they're also not delivering right now.
Yeah, so they delivered the first few at the end of 2024. And I think that was obviously just to say we delivered before the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that was like early production cars, because my dad actually just did a video with an owner of one.
Yep.
So like that's real. And she loves it, and she was an Air owner, and that was great. My dad was in New York filming with her. And then they switched production basically to build all of their show cars, all the demo cars, all the press cars, stuff like this, so we can make videos with it.
Yep.
And then right about now, by the time this video is going up right away, but basically around now, the factory is just going to crank the dial.
Yeah, by the end of the month, they'll be resuming deliveries to regular people. I say regular because the initial ones were employees, friends, family, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I saw an article that came out that it was something around the third row seat as to why they weren't delivering them. Apparently that's all BS.
Yeah.
So that's not the issue.
So it really was just focusing on, showroom
They just had to build up their own, marketing, press fleet, demo cars, all that stuff.
Which makes sense. But I do now feel a little bit like, when Ioniq 5 started rolling out, the new one with the NACS, and everyone's like, oh, it's the second car with NACS because of Gravity. It's like, well, it really kind of is the first mass market car.
They sold like, I don't know, less than 20 at the launch event or whatever it was. But still, let's show everyone that because this is so exciting. Running through some specs, Jordan. So we have a battery pack that's just over 120 kilowatt hours.
Yep.
Do we know the exact number?
Well, it's about 125, 126 gross, supposedly.
Yeah, 127 gross is kind of what, maybe plus or minus.
And like maybe 120, 123 usable, somewhere in that realm.
We're going to figure out what we can pull out of it when we do our range test.
Yes.
But it's got a similar size battery to Cybertruck. We already charged it at a supercharger last night, so we should talk about that.
Yep.
Because it has native NACS, this car has plug-in charge, and it works perfectly.
So it's the first plug-in charge car with NACS with Tesla. That's not a Tesla.
With NACS,
yes.
Correct. So basically, we took it to a version 3 plus supercharger station, which is the V4 dispensers, at 0%. We backed it in, I plugged it in, and then we walked away.
Yep.
And I was like, well, that's amazing. And no adapter, just native NACS, boom, ready to rock, perfection. That's how it should be.
Yep.
And some really cool charging stats on this, Jordan. One thing we couldn't share in the previous video, but we kind of knew, but now we have it to prove. It will do over 220 kilowatt charging on Tesla superchargers.
Yep.
What's funny is that's just about half the peak charging performance of the car. It's using, and we have a whole dedicated video coming on this, but it's using the rear motor, the inverter, and the stator to boost the voltage from the supercharger limitation of around high 400 volt up into the battery pack, which goes up to 926 volts at 100%, which is, so Lucid Air, just as a fun thing, was 924 volt full. Neo came out with the ET9, that was 925. Now Gravity's 926.
I can't wait to see what Neo puts out at 927. It's hilarious.
And it was just by coincidence because these are like, you have to that voltage is just a measurement of the layout of the pack and what's wired in parallel and series, but it is funny how this is now the highest voltage car.
So speaking of rear inverter, let's get back to the specs really quick, because it's just dual motor. They're not doing the tri-motor situation here.
Correct.
And so 909 pound-feet of torque, 828 horsepower.
And we've driven this one before, not this exact car, but this trim, and it was fast.
It rips.
Yeah.
Like a lot of cars, like they kind of put out their software first and they're like, oh, we'll figure out drivetrain tuning later. Lucid was awesome, brought us out to try the drivetrain before the software was even done. That's
right, yeah. So we drove an engineering, driving car.
Yep.
It was by far, I think it drives better than Air.
Yep.
And the suspension's tuned perfectly. The steering is tuned perfectly. The agility, the fun, the way that you can just get it sideways if you want to in a 7-passenger minivan, not minivan thing. It's just amazing from a driving perspective. But back to charging, Jordan, because that's what I'm most excited about. Okay, so I told you what it can do on a supercharger, and we'll have a video showing the full curve, and it just sat at 220 kilowatts for a long time. It's got a fat curve, we can already tell. On a high power DC charger, like let's say you find an Alpitronic Hyper 400 or an ABB 400 kilowatt charger, something, even the EA stuff really can't get up there yet. They're 350 kilowatt chargers, like the Signets should do like 370, 375, maybe a bit more. But if you find a true 400 kilowatt charger on this, you will get 400 kilowatts or 399, whatever. We're gonna find out after this video. And that's awesome. And so it's just gonna have a nice fat curve, and it's still doing 150 kilowatts at 75% state of charge.
Incredible.
Yeah, so it's just, the Air was like big peak and then down on the ground. This just seems to have that really nice, a lot of area under the curve. Can't wait to see how it does in the 10% challenge. They're telling me it should be close to all-wheel drive Taycan.
Which would be a hell of a benchmark.
So it should be better than Air as a road tripper, and it's bigger, and I just can't wait. Other benefits here, Jordan. It has 80 amp charging.
Nice.
So you get 19.2 kilowatts with NACS, or you can use an adapter, of course, if you have a JA plug at home, but you'll essentially get 80 amp charging on this, which is fantastic. You can adjust the current in the vehicle, unlike the Air.
Yep, that was a huge request.
Yep, so that's in there. Like everything that we wanted from Air is basically in this. Like all of our videos that we've been asking for, things in there, like especially you with software, they seem to have put it all in here.
Right, most everything. And even things that we love about the Air, like range exchange. No one really talks about it, but that's how, we filled this vehicle to 100% last night, and now it's sitting at what, 10%?
Yep, and that's just because they charged another car off of it.
That's amazing.
So it's perfect for testing.
Yep.
And it's also perfect for our range testing. This is I'm really excited about this. Maybe we should get one. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Let the viewers decide what we should do. So anyway, really happy with native NACS. We will also in the charging video show you guys the production adapter that comes with the car, so you can use existing CCS stations.
Yep.
Because for most owners today, that's still going to be the fastest way to charge it until the NACS rollout is happening.
Yep.
We've already seen EVgo install high voltage NACS natively. We've seen Electrify America do it. We've seen Ionna do it, and the networks are adapting and switching to NACS quickly. This is kind of the year of NACS.
Yep. Well, I want to say, speaking of charging, I love this charge port.
Oh, okay.
So it's not powered.
Which is great.
But it feels premium because it slowly opens.
Right, it's like dampened. It's really nice.
It's not just like the boing.
Right. At first I thought it was powered.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just, but I hate powered charge ports.
Right. They did it like the best.
That is, I totally agree. Correct location for superchargers as well.
Yep.
The European and the Middle East spec cars have a charge port up here.
Yep.
Just like the Air. And they don't get the benefit of the booster in the back. So they're kind of stuck like the Air is on low voltage chargers, which is kind of less of an issue in their markets.
Right.
But those will only do like 45, 46 kilowatts on superchargers.
Yep.
The reason, there's two benefits to putting the charge port in the back, just to nerd out for a second. Sorry to keep, we're just here.
We're just glad to be here.
Yeah, this video is just for fun. So in order to boost the voltage from the low voltage existing supercharger network before V4 becomes a thing, Jordan, they put the charge port here, so it interfaces natively with Tesla, so the V3 short cables can reach, but also because the cabling routing to that rear motor is so much shorter.
Yep.
So there was a double benefit to having this as the charge port location for the North American market, where customers, my preference really is to use the supercharger network.
Yep.
And it's still charged like a monster 10 to 80. I won't give away the time, but this car charging at It's non-native charging speeds because supercharger, again, limited to 220 kilowatts, charge from 10 to 80% faster than your Model 3 does on a supercharger.
On its own network, yeah.
On its own network.
Which we also saw with the Ioniq 5, which just shows how poor Tesla's charging is in comparison with some others.
Now, for those of you who are just watching this channel, we love Tesla. I own 3 of them. We're not here to shit on them.
We also have to shit on them though, just to keep balance.
But their charging sucks. What the heck are they doing over there?
Right.
So that's why I'm really excited about this, because even if you use the supercharger network and you're limited on charging speeds, this thing's going to wipe the floor of any Tesla on a road trip.
Yep.
So, and the efficiency should be good, and we'll test all of that out later on. So this trip mostly is to show the charging, which is why I'm talking about it a lot, but really excited about that. Wheels, tires, suspension, Jordan?
Right.
Chassis stuff?
Yep.
Its own chassis compared to Air. It's on, there's some options when it comes to suspension. We've gone through it when we did the full tour. This one's spec'd because it's got the sort of colored calipers here with
gold,
the performance
the
pack.
champagne, yeah.
So that means that it's got tri-chamber, adaptive damper, amazing tuning. What's also cool about this is you can choose your ride height separate from the vehicle control when you have that many chambers of air. So it's wonderful.
We're always asking for a My mode like that.
I can't say how it drives.
Right.
Because, well, you can watch how it drives in the previous video.
Right.
And I haven't driven this one yet, so, you know, everything still stands. But we will, I think in just a couple weeks, have a full in-depth driving analysis review on twisty roads, off-road, all that stuff coming to you, I think, sometime in the next couple weeks. So I'm really excited to share that.
Yep. Wheels and tires, though.
These are the big ones.
There are 4 wheel sizes, but 3
options. That's right. So you can go everything from like the range, which is 1920. Or is it 2021? And then 21, 22, and then 22, 23. So they always go a little bit 1 inch bigger in the rear.
Yep.
And is it staggered from a width perspective? So this is 265. I don't totally remember. And back here, we are at 285. Yes, so a small stagger on width, but also they've just gone up overall in wheel diameter. I'm not sure if overall diameter changes, but it looks cool. It was more a real styling decision. We talked to Derek about that when we did some design stuff, and it was really just a design choice.
It looks good on the car.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, the car in this spec looks amazing to my eye.
Yeah.
This is how I would do it.
I like all of them. People say the minivan thing, but like, A, minivans are cool again, but B, that's not a detractor to me.
Okay, we've been talking too much. Let's show everyone what's going on with the frunk situation. So what I'm going to do is pop it open for you, Jordan.
So there's no way to open the frunk from up here. There's no hidden button situation, which is a slight
You can do it from the key or the app.
Yeah, or the app or inside the car.
Right. And this is cool. Cup holder.
Cup holders. Not just cup holders. You have an icy drink, which will produce condensation, which will drain into the holes.
How nice is that?
No compromise.
You know what I would do is I would leave that there and then get in and crush it. But we could test to see how the pinch sensors work in a future video. Right. So anyway, then you can get this as an accessory, and it basically pulls out. And I've never done this before. Jordan, I'm frunking.
So when they unveiled the car back in the LA Auto Show, whenever that was, yeah, they introduced frunking as a social phenomenon, as they call it. And they said 2 people could fit there. I mean, you can.
You gotta really like the other person.
You gotta like them. So
yeah.
Maybe you just
It's like 1 big American dude or 2 smaller people could work pretty well.
But how's the comfort?
Actually, more comfortable than I was thinking it would be. It's like the opposite of tailgating, which you can also do in this because it's got a pretty low load floor in the back.
Yeah.
But just sitting here is nice. Like I've got a drink. I could be watching whatever.
Yeah.
Go by.
Lucid headquarters stuff. Yeah, 2 drinks if it's just you by yourself.
It doesn't really work for a charging session though because it charges so fast. You'd like get down, sit down, oh, gotta go.
Right.
But there's some really cool features with the route planner in here where you can choose shorter stops. We'll get to it. With, you know, like more frequent stops with shorter time, which is the out of spec way, or longer duration charging and longer distances. They really have this all sorted out.
Right.
I really like this idea. I actually think it's cool. Sitting there was more comfortable than I expected. You can bring your espresso machine along, Jordan.
I got to do that at some point. Yeah, 3 outlets on this thing, 1.8 kilowatts each simultaneously.
And then to close it up, this is my first time, so I think I put that kind of down into here.
Yep.
I just put these two little loops. I wish it was kind of magnetized, to be honest.
Compromise nothing.
Compromise nothing, Jordan. Except, I'm not sure. I don't think this is a compromise. I think that's fine.
No, it
right?
works fine,
That's
yeah.
cool. And then you can hit this button to close the front trunk.
And that also works to keep things from falling out when you open it. You know, if you grow groceries and then you stop
Yeah.
because you did a hard brake test or something and nothing.
Which is how I normally drive.
Your eggs are in the front of the truck.
Yeah. And, with the driving dynamics of this, that's a great point, Jordan, because you will be ripping it.
Yeah.
So you don't want your stuff to fly out. Well, great. Glad we brought you along. Okay, so that's the front trunk situation. Huge glass going on this thing. So the
Yeah.
windshield goes from here to here.
It's got that Lucid Air Model X vibe windshield, which your dad loves.
I love it too.
Yeah.
It's like a helicopter view. You
Yeah.
just see everything out. Super nice. And so overall, really pleased with the glass on there. Just to show you the interior.
Hey guys, I want to introduce you to a special guest.
Haha, hey there.
Our interim CEO.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
too.
thanks for taking the time. This is Jordan.
Hi there, Jordan. Nice to meet you.
For you taking
Yeah,
the time.
and congratulations on the new gig. That's awesome. Really cool to meet the new interim CEO, Mark of Lucid. Jordan, super nice guy.
Seems like a super swell guy, yeah.
That's who you want running the company. That's cool. I mean, we loved Peter. Still friends with Peter.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
great. And I was a little bit nervous when that whole thing happened, to be honest, when Peter left. But just a quick conversation with Mark, and
I'm less nervous now.
a lot of less nervous. Like knows the videos.
Yep.
Yeah, knew my dad went to the New York event. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, okay, anyway, inside. Love the interior, Jordan.
Yes.
You know, I'm going to jump over to the driver's seat. You can hang there for a second. But you remember how one of my complaints was the steering wheel was ugly?
Yep.
It, in practicality, is ugly, but... What was that noise? I don't know. I snapped it into place, the little panel down there. It's a nice wheel to hold.
It still looks upside down to me, and even someone yesterday grabbed it and then tried to move it.
Yeah, it does look upside down, but from the hand position,
Yes.
the way that it's shaped, the material, it is wonderful, really wonderful. So I've got it to adjust steering wheel. Use the right side thing.
All the way out. Yeah, you really have to see dialing your driving position.
Yeah, you can go like all the way up, all the way out, perfection.
Yes.
The seating position in this, which was a real issue for me in the air,
Right.
was a problem.
And your dad
and
too.
the seat goes that low.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. And show everyone the windshield. This is sick. It's got the Bugatti Chiron light.
Yep, love that. And a huge rear glass. We'll get back there in a second.
The seating position. I can't get over this. I'm low. I've got, look at elbow where they sit naturally, right to where the wheel is.
Nice.
That is amazing. Pedals are perfect. You can 2-foot it too if you want to. Oop, turned it on. And yeah, just like so nice. Love all this. We'll show everyone the software in a minute because this is worth going into and showing everyone this kind of stuff. The center console. Oh, what is it?
The adapter.
Is this the adapter?
Yep.
How do we check it out?
Okay.
Let's check it out. So this is the first time I'm seeing it.
Yep.
This is the first, I think, 1,000-volt CCS to NACS adapter that's
Right.
shipped with the vehicle. Tesla, of course, sells one, their CCS adapter, but it's 500-volt max.
Yep.
Which means you can't use it on Cybertruck. It means you can
Which is
use
hilarious.
this one on Cybertruck. Oh, dude, thin bezels. I wonder if this would fit with Cybertruck. It's kind of got a long neck.
Yeah.
It's got the 1,000-volt J3400 neck on it.
Yep.
So everyone's like, why are these all so ugly? This is the actual standard for the high voltage NACS.
Yep.
And it has to do with like spacing for, arc protection and other stuff. Look at how compact that is.
Nice Lucid branding on the side.
Let's look at the specs on this thing. It's 500 amp max rated and love it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal that.
Put that in your pocket.
Yeah. So this must go this way. We'll bottle it back up before anyone says anything. Even they got the perfect cutout in there. Awesome. Yeah, that's a really nice adapter, dude.
Yeah. Nice.
So loving that. Definitely into that. Is there another? This is the J plug. So this is like what Teslas come with, of course, and it's got a nice little
nice
bag.
bag.
And you can see they didn't do the 1,000-volt on this because they didn't need to.
Yep.
Is this identical to the Tesla one?
Kind of looks like it. It's very.
I don't know if the Tesla one has the guide pins in the middle.
Yeah. It
Which
doesn't
aren't
it doesn't
needed.
Look quite the same. It's close.
It is
though.
80 amp max. And yeah, Wonderful. It does look, but it's actually got Lucid written on it.
Yeah, so did the other one. Yeah, they have nice branding.
Okay, that was, so, just like every car, honestly, any car this day, you need two adapters for.
Yep.
You need your AC adapter and your DC adapter.
We're in that phase of switching things over, yeah.
If you ever see one of those adapters that it's like, we do 2 in 1, there's actually some like dangerous stuff in there. Yeah, because you can touch live pins if the cover breaks off on them. So I would just kind of stay away from that stuff in general.
Just 2 adapters for 2 reasons.
Love it. And they've got USB-C ports in here, Jordan, 100 watt.
Yeah, so 100 watt up front, 45 watt for the second row. I think that should be reversed because second row you have the place to put your MacBook and stuff, the tables, tray tables, and that's where you would be charging your Mac in theory. But
okay, but
not a big
45
deal.
watts fine.
Still 45, which
and
is
then
still
pretty
good.
low in the third row.
Yeah, they said really low. I kind of want to measure that.
Yeah, 15, 10, something like that.
Yeah, should be 25, but whatever. It's
Yeah.
fine. Still good.
We got to find something to complain about.
Yeah,
This is like Lucid Gravity, pile of crap, don't buy it. USB-C ports in the third row suck.
That's the title of the
That's how
video.
we stay unbiased.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the title of the video, this car sucks because of the USB ports. Everything else is great though.
Right. Especially everything, how it looks up here.
Okay, loving it. So every time I got into an Air, and we had an Air, we had a long-termer.
Yep.
I just didn't love it.
Yeah.
And it's like, technically the car was impressive. Technically it drove amazing. Can you insert the clip of us drifting it around the proving grounds?
Yeah.
Right here. Boop. And it just was, full sideways, so fun. The car dynamically was very impressive.
Yep.
But I felt like I sat like up here.
Yep.
And I hate that feeling. And here I'm low, the wheel comes out. Awesome.
Yeah.
So one of the issues we had when we drove this, which we already have a video of us driving it, linked below. Definitely watch all that stuff before you watch this. Was the turn signal noise sucked.
Yeah, it was very like engineering development car.
Yeah.
I mean, still impressive interior for that, but like
Now it's just the same as the Air.
amazing.
So
Actually, it's better.
really?
The Air is like every so often it gets off. Like it's like a weird cadence thing. This sounds perfectly even. I don't know
Well,
why.
we haven't left it on long enough.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Air will skip.
Yeah.
So we need to see if this skips.
Yeah.
This is real hardcore automotive
Right.
testing.
Yeah, it is.
Huge display.
Yep.
Is it OLED?
It's OLED, 34 inches, I believe, 6K OLED display.
One thing I noticed, we had it parked over there. It was a little bit hard to see it with sun glare. So that's one.
Yeah, and because it is touchscreen, like you'll see fingerprints like crazy. That's what I realized. We parked it in the shade so we can see it better, but in the sun, all I saw was fingerprints.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could ever do that. You know, the MacBook display, the new iPads also have it, the micro glaze texture. I wonder if that's a thing they could ever do.
Well, I'm sure someone from the third-party aftermarket will sell a screen protector.
Right, yeah.
Which I'm not into the.
But it's just better if it's like built that way.
Yeah.
Because then it can look really, really good. But
We should show the route planning. So I'm going to hit search. I'm going to hit Fort Collins. I'm going to hit go. Let's see. Should be about 1,000 miles.
yep, 934 or something like that.
Okay. By the way, the price of this particular car is $120,000, just over.
Yeah.
So it's not fully spec. They go up north of 130 if you spec like a more expensive color. This is the base color, by the way, the black. Really nice.
Yeah, that's good. And this is also base, like standard with the blacked out, whereas Air is standard with the, like, what do you call it? Chrome stuff.
It's here. It was there. Now it's spinning there. Oh boy, Jordan. Do we still have some software bugs to work out?
Well, as you said earlier, that's what brings personality
When
to the
connected.
vehicle.
Oh, it doesn't have connectivity. So maybe this is a dead spot?
It could be a dead spot, yeah.
All right. Jordan, we're going to insert the clip when we do have connectivity.
Yep.
Because I feel like that deserves a pass. I'm not really keen on giving passes,
Yeah.
but that deserves a pass. I hit cancel. We have moved the car over from that side of the parking lot to this side of the parking lot, which
Right.
means we now have connectivity, which
funny
means
how
I
it
can
works.
now demonstrate route planning. So I'm going to hit search, and we're in a different profile, I guess. So we're going to go to Fort Kakalaki,
I love the swipe
not
text.
comic. Yeah, it gave me the option to correct it, though. Look.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that? So it had some options. Fort Collins. We've done this drive in an Air a few times. Go. Let's see what happens. They've got the heat blasting because they're draining this one for Tom. Because Tom's about to come and charge it. All right, so here we go. Although, Jordan, it does look like we are lacking connectivity still. Mm-hmm. It's like not loading in. Why does Lucid have a dead spot in their parking lot? It did work here earlier.
You know, the AT&T headquarters in Nashville, Tennessee has really bad AT&T reception.
Oh, here we go. Okay. So, we have to forgive some of the lag time because we did see it work much quicker.
It wasn't that quick, though.
It wasn't?
Nope.
Okay. Well, there you go. Not too quick. So, yeah, just nice route plan. There it is. Just to show everyone it does the thing. You can see all of the different charging stops that it wants to go to, all EA at the moment. But that's literally what you have as your option through here. And of course, you can choose the different networks like I showed you right there.
Yep.
And that's all we really needed to show in this clip, right, Jordan?
Yeah, I think so.
Back to the main video. We'll get into more software stuff in a minute, but I just think this is the coolest thing is when you go to settings for EV routing, you can go to auto add charging, which is like automatic route planning when you have connectivity, apparently. And you can say the destination, you can either do range or percentage, however you think. I think percentage. And you can go down to 0% on arrival.
Yep.
And there is always, with Lucids, we know, a bottom buffer.
Yep.
Unless you're driving across the country nonstop, like my dad's issue. But that's okay. They said that's actually fixed now.
Yeah.
So
cool.
A very repeatable buffer that you can eat into. But, you can set it to like 1%. Whoops.
Yep.
And then at a charger, you can say, hey, I want to get there super low as well.
Yes.
And I love that they separate this.
Yeah, because sometimes I want to get to chargers with 0, but then get to my destination with like 30. I actually wish this could go higher because sometimes you're going somewhere where you have no charging planned.
Right. So like you'll be like family vacation or whatever at an Airbnb in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm making up something.
Yeah.
And, you need charging for the whole week. So, you can have the car say, hey, I want to get there at 80. Tesla allows this.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but this is still amazing. This preference is awesome.
Yep.
This is like a better route planner type situation in here. So you can choose fastest way to get there, which is the shortest time, which is like race to Vegas style.
Yeah.
Charge up, go, full send, pushing. Or you can take the relaxed family road trip.
Yep.
And say, okay, we're going to go, a few hours of driving and then we'll do a deep charge. And then we'll go another few hours of driving.
Yep.
And people prefer to road trip differently. And even I prefer those two different styles depending on the mood. Like if we're racing for a video, shorter time.
Yeah.
But if I'm just, like I just drove to Austin and back just like for like a trip. I wasn't filming anything. Dude, my car kept finishing before I was done.
Yeah, and I keep having to manually do that in my Tesla. So I like having this option.
But we're going to keep it out of spec style. And then you can choose what networks you want to use, of course. So Tesla is going to be, at least right now before V4 rolls out, is going to be 220 kilowatts or so. Still plenty because it sits there forever.
Yeah.
And then you can go for the high voltage, EVgo, EA situation. Ionna probably will come in here soon.
Yeah.
And they've already done the Ionna testing, so we know that works. We've seen Gravities there, and they get 400 plus kilowatts.
Yeah. Alpes are great.
Yeah. Awesome. So just really robust stuff. We're going to come back to this in a minute, but I just can't get over the vibe in here is so relaxed. It's so premium. The material usage is perfection.
Yeah, and Loose Air was good with that too. Just the IP looked good. Like the look and feel was really, really nice.
Yeah, and the micro suede around the roof is good. Sound system rips in this thing, Jordan.
Yeah, we finally could hear that.
Yep, and they've updated the air sound system.
Yep.
Which is better.
Yep.
But we always complained about it.
It still lacks some of the sub bass that this seems to have. Like this has a bit lower extension on the bass.
This is a pretty good sound system.
Yeah.
So maybe our viewers, we've always complained about the air sound system. They updated the sound system. Like we started getting comments. It's like they totally fixed it. It's amazing. We were like, maybe it's a bit better, but it wasn't like revolutionary.
Yep.
Then we found out that the car we had didn't like have some speakers plugged in or something.
Yep.
There was some issue that made the software update not work.
Yep.
And then I sat in my buddy Nick's car, who has just a 2022 or 2023 Grand Touring. Last night we were in it.
Yep.
Bumps.
Yep. Definitely better.
So the air is better.
We know they're watching, taking notes. I do wish we had, I don't remember if this has a dedicated subwoofer, but I like having a separate subwoofer to bass control because that actually changes how the speakers handle the bass.
Okay.
And I would also prefer a 5-band EQ.
So there should be like a Jordan deep dive mode.
Yeah, well, it's not even that deep. I mean, Tesla does it. A lot of other cars do like a 10-band. That's overkill.
Okay.
But just 5-band plus sub control is just really nice.
Okay, and that's something they could easily do with an OTA. This also supports Dolby Atmos,
Yeah.
which I hate.
I like it if it's done well, which it does. Lucid does do it well.
So
but
all they need to do is drive a Rivian and do the opposite.
Yep. Yeah. So they do it through Tidal though, which is a terrible app, objectively speaking.
Yeah.
So I'd hope for Apple Music at some point, but
Yeah, so no built-in Apple Music.
no.
Okay, that's a
big strike
problem for
me.
you. Yeah, absolutely. For me, Spotify doesn't support Dolby yet, which is why I'm still on Spotify.
Yeah. Right.
I don't like my sound moving around. I like a nice, placement. The real magic of the Gravity, before we get into this stuff, we haven't even talked about it yet, is that it's relatively compact on the outside, but massive on the inside. Like the space efficiency is crazy.
Yep.
So we should show the trunk, show the third row, show all that all works, then second, then first, and then software, because we got to get moving. We got 15 minutes to do this. All right, speed of the opening on the trunk. I like the little triple chime.
Yep.
Ding, ding,
Tells
ding.
people to get out of the way.
Absolutely. Dude, I like this thing blacked out. Black's hard to take care of, but it's nice.
Low floor.
This is so impressive. The thing's in standard ride height, by the way. And yeah, I'm 6'1". I can basically stand under here. I can feel my hair touching.
Yep.
But pretty good opening. You just do a little duck. Yeah, so that's all the way up. I don't think anyone's going to be bonking their head on that. And you've got just packaging and storage everywhere. I do think this should be felt lined on the inside, dude, because this is just plastic and stuff's going to make noise in there.
Yeah.
So that should have like a little carpeted liner, I think. I'm going to pull this out. Look at that.
Wow.
So we've already shown everyone this. We've been looking for any electric SUV to have even comparable amount of storage behind the third row. You just reviewed the Escalade IQ-L,
Yep.
which is only 3.5 inches longer than the IQ.
Yep.
Is that?
That's about the same behind the third row. I think this is about 23 cubic feet. I think all the numbers are, throw them on the screen, but yeah, it's so similar.
Okay, watch this,
crazy.
Jordan. Ready? So I'm going to push this forwards. Done, right?
Yep.
This is how most people think you would lower a third row. Incorrect.
That's how you lower it.
Hell yeah, brother. Stow and go.
Chrysler Pacifica.
Developed by Magna, by the way.
Nice.
Yep. So and I was in Magna's office where they developed Stow and Go, and they have the patent on the wall to prove it. Look at that.
That's impressive. 56 cubic feet now.
There's also like literally this BMW style button.
Yep.
Doesn't that look like straight out of like
actually.
an F chassis BMW? So I can hit lower left and right. Look at the front seats moving forward. Look at this seat moving back.
Yep.
Okay. So they did this whole reconfiguration process. And I just heard some actuators.
Well, what it might be doing is sensing our backpack in the way.
Oh, we got stuff in there. Okay. Let's move some stuff out of the way.
Which I'm wondering how they're sensing that.
Yeah, because it didn't go all the way forwards.
Yeah.
So it smushed the backpack. Dude, this is cool. So it didn't just try to squish everything. I'm going to pull the bag out. Yep, you're absolutely right there. So let's just throw this there. Okay, now that's down.
And I could show that. So
Yeah, I'll hit the button again.
Boom.
Yep.
Boom.
And the front seats went just forward enough so that the headrests don't crash.
Which last time we saw this, it didn't do that. And they said, oh, it's coming soon. And boom.
And so
update.
Tesla Model Y does that. Look at this thing on top of that Gravity.
That's so cool.
Hell yeah, that's sick. It's like a spaceship. Probably doing like ADAS validation, I guess.
Yeah.
To have the second and third row like ECUs control the seat and know the exact position, that might seem simple, but that is all vertical integration. That is having all the controllers in-house, all the ECUs and software done in-house. Like if you asked, Cadillac to do this or Chevy or something, it would take a long time to dial that in.
So many meetings.
Yeah, so many meetings. But like here, they just did it through an OTA.
Yeah. So like Model Y, the front seats move forward, it folds down. Unlike Model Y, it doesn't automatically fold up, but that would be really complicated.
Right. Well,
because of the way this does fold down.
So yeah, this is like a double thing, and that's just to get the lowest possible loading height in there. So what that means is, even though this is so much shorter height-wise than an Escalade IQ, Walter the dog could stand up in here.
Yeah,
it's huge.
So cavernous. The glass roof helps with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
112 cubic feet right now, as we are seeing it.
Okay.
Which is huge.
And you can option this as a 5-passenger, if you don't need the third row.
Which then gives you the underfloor storage, which brings it up to the 120 number that they're super proud of.
Because the underfloor is what's storing the third row. Honestly, I think get the third row. Like this.
You're not missing much.
No compromise, Jordan, right?
That 8 cubic feet's in the front if you really need it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So actually, if you hang out there, Jordan, I'm going to put up the second row. I want to show everyone how this works. So this is super duper low at the moment. So do I just pull on it? Yes. It is a bit heavier than I would like, but I don't think it's as heavy as a Rivian R1S. And then this is super easy just to put there.
So that's the thing. If the front seat has to move forward to get that down, does it then stay forward? Because you had to pull it back up.
It seemed like this stayed forward.
Yeah.
And it didn't return. Maybe if I were to open the door,
Maybe
it would remember.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This is real testing.
It did not remember. But I could then just hit my name.
Yeah.
I think. Maybe it's just because there's no profiles. This is going to
possible,
require a long-term test.
Yeah, we're going to need one of these for a while.
Oh, God, it's going to be expensive. Visit. You've got what the heck is this thing? It's like a little Back to the Future.
Those are microphones, I believe.
Oh, okay.
That's the microphone for, in-car talking to Lucid thing.
Okay, let me jump in here. First of all, I can, it's manual, excuse me, it is powered. I can move forward and back. I can adjust backrest angle.
Nice. Well, and headroom's just massive.
Oh yeah, dude, and massive glass roof that goes all the way behind the third row.
Yeah.
So many cars screw that up.
Yep, or they put a huge pillar that blocks all the stuff. You just have this one pillar above the front seat, but just behind it so it doesn't affect headroom.
Right, yeah, so everyone's got this really nice cavernous view. Heated second row seats and tables.
Nice.
Volkswagen couldn't do it in the ID Buzz for the US market. Don't know why. Lucid did.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But here's your 45-watt USB, which is right next to your device that you'll be using.
Fine. That's more than my iPhone can charge at peak. What's going on down here? We've got another power port.
Yep, so that's another 1.8 kilowatt.
Just absolutely awesome. Got the huge air vents right here. Dog mode will be a thing. We were even talking to some of the charging guys last night about dog mode, and we're like, okay, hottest possible day, Death Valley, charging at 400 kilowatts. The thermal system in this is so much more advanced than air. They're like, it won't be any problem to keep this cabin cool.
They call it what, creature comfort? That's like the best name ever.
Absolutely. And they let you go all the way down to like 2% on the battery. So like they get it.
Yeah.
And they're finally getting there. I'm so excited about this. So second row is awesome. I think we need to hit the software because that was the big question mark. Everything in here we already knew was awesome. We knew was great. We know it drives great, even though we're going to drive a production one in a future video. The software was the big question mark before. This thing has working driver assistance. We'll go through that in the driving portion. We can't show that in this video because it's under embargo for the rest of the media stuff. But what we can show is like just how the screen works.
Yep.
Okay, let's do it. Jordan, welcome to the inside of the Gravity again. So we've got, unlike Air, which had multiple screens, right?
Yeah.
This is one big boy. I've also got a massive head-up display, which you won't be able to see because I can't see it at the moment. So you've got all of your main controls here. Headlight error, we know it's a Lucid. It's got to be buggy. Still an early software, but...
Maybe the errors, you can hear the headlights.
And then the messages should pull up here. Look for charging station, update available. See, they already got software update ready to go. Does it say what it does? Don't know. Review update. Review update. The software provides enhancements for your Gravity. What's new in 3.0.6? Yeah, but Lucids always have little bugs and stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
At least they have in the past. Hopefully that's not a trend. Failure to load. Because we're not connected.
Connectivity.
Yeah, we're in a dead zone. So that's not on the car at all. Okay. We can swipe through a couple things here. You've got dynamic range. They were ripping on it to drain it. So nice. Things are, going there. You've got trip A, trip B. And so there's more things they can add here. I'd love to see powertrain split. I'd love to see suspension stuff here. I'd love to see, dynamics, rotation, drift angle measurement.
So they've only driven 20 miles since our charge test.
Yeah, because they did
vehicle to load. That's
vehicle to load to drain it. So then you've got a bunch of stuff over here. So you have home, nav, music, phone. But what's cool about this, Jordan, is I can control it with this right pad. Very similar to like Mercedes-Benz user experience.
Yeah.
I think this is awesome to be able just to pad around on this and then boop, boop, boop. Oh, okay, cool. You can even control music from here. So these pads all work now.
Yeah.
Which is great. This is all driver assistance on this side. Yep. It's not available because car's not on. And you have push to talk and then a hotkey that can be programmed to change drive mode in this case.
Yeah, so 3 hotkeys, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and these can go either direction for heating and cooling. They did say they're going to allow both heating and cooling at the same time just because we keep complaining about that.
Yeah, they just want to shut us up.
Yeah, because the Germans let you do both. It's better.
Yeah.
Plus, I like the idea of getting a heated seat but not getting sweaty.
Yeah, yeah.
So I always go like full heat, 1 cool.
Yeah. Oh, I do 1 heat, 3 cool.
Oh, opposite.
See? Gotta have the
But like in
option.
our e-tron, I can go massage, heated, and cooling at the same time, and then have literally no range to get out of the garage.
At least this will have range. And 3 levels of steering wheel heat. Let's adjust steering wheel.
No, yeah, there was in the climate menu.
Oh, climate.
Yeah, I know
which
you
is
click
now
that.
blocked.
And thing, no, there we go. You can
okay.
unclick it. There we go.
3 levels. Love that.
Just like an ID4, Jordan. But yeah, so I just want that to be same.
Yep. That's coming.
Yeah. Really fast response.
Yeah.
As fast as I can hit
The
it.
screens are great.
Okay, we've also got some seat options here for front and rear.
Really
heated
cool
and cooling.
animations.
Yeah, very nice animations.
Yeah, only heated rear seats, by the way. Cooling would have been so cool, but I don't
Yeah.
know how you do that with the whole
Yeah, moving
weird
them.
situation.
Anyway, great massage in these. They really do work very well, so very pleased with that. Then you've got your energy app, which I love. So you have your charge slider 50 to 100%. You can manually precondition or it will auto precondition. You can change, again, that 80 amps down to whatever current limit you want. You have your range graph, which will be basically your range spider to show where you can go.
Yep. Might need connectivity.
Might need connectivity, car might need to be on. But anyway, we saw it earlier where it's like, here's where you can make it to. Your usage expected versus estimate. So this is, we got 3 miles less than the car estimated. Very cool. And it also tells you like what consumed energy and what was your consumed stuff while parked. It was like battery conditioning, infotainment, lights, and all that stuff. Very similar to Tesla, and almost no one else is doing this properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So except for some Chinese folks. Love that. And then you've got 3 outlets in the vehicle and you can keep them on at all times.
Yep.
Navigation, we're going to include a clip about it doing route planning so everyone can see that we're just not connected. Music is awesome. So network unavailable. We're just, it's so funny. We're in like the dead zone because it worked right there.
Yeah, I hope it works really well.
Yeah.
Because,
Don't know. Anyway, you can choose, all of these different streaming services. I would go Spotify, Sirius, XM, probably poor quality, whatever, but you can choose.
Yeah, I guess I would do Apple Music, but actually I would probably just do USB for better audio quality, which they do have.
Lame. I like how someone's whoops is their phone number. So you can see all the different phones that's been connected to this. Blake's one of the charging guys. This is like, like a demo for like showroom mode, but they'll add more things in here.
Yeah,
that
this is
give you
one thing not
experiences.
configured on this software yet.
Right, so the next update, the one that I'll experience next week,
Yeah.
should have all that. Then you've got your parking functions with 360 cam, much higher quality cameras than the one that we saw previously. They look great, dude.
Yep.
No issues
Really
with
good.
that. And what else? Not really. A bunch of settings and things that we can show everyone just really quickly. Driving dynamics, Lucid stability control, off, disable. It's got adaptive driving beam.
Right.
Awesome.
Okay,
So
yeah.
now Rivian, Model Y only, and this are the 3 vehicles with ADB, and that's the matrix function that moves everything around. Head-up display, okay. Yeah, don't know why that's not on. We do have to get, I can tell everyone wants to get moving to get us to do the charging test.
Yeah.
But you've got all of your assistant, drive assist stuff, lane change assist, sure.
Yeah, looking forward to trying that.
Short activation, don't even know. Would be fun to play around with. Lucid Vibes is like the color themes for everything. So
Yeah.
right now we've got it on Euphoria. You can kind of see the purple.
It shows up pretty well on camera, yeah. Purple here.
Yeah, should we go for confidence?
Yeah.
That's a different purple. Should we go for harmony? That's like a green. Desire
Red-ish.
and curiosity.
Yep.
I'm
okay.
so curious who came up with these names.
Not your favorite part of the software.
No, I mean, it's fine, whatever. Anyway, we showed some of the EV routing stuff, software update stuff. You got your user manual somewhere in there. Very cool.
Yeah.
So I just think the biggest thing for me was I now have confidence that the sound system rips.
Yep.
The software seems to be like 95% of the way there.
Yep.
Still a little bug here and there, that headlight thing. This is an early car. That needs to get sorted by the end of this month.
Yep.
But think they're really on the right track, and this is so much more polished and so much of a rapid improvement than even 3 months ago when we were here.
Right, we were really nervous because all we knew back then is that they want to get deliveries done by the end of the year, and we were like, oh, they have some stuff to do, but that was just basically Lucid deliveries.
That was like friends and family.
So that makes more sense. Yeah.
But now it seems to be really baked.
Yep. Okay, a couple other things we've discovered since we found connectivity and the glove box.
Yeah, we found connectivity and the glove box. So our range spider is working. There's also an energy saver to like optimize for max range.
69 extra miles.
Nice. They just wrote that. And the glove box is huge, Jordan. It fits your entire laptop.
It fits my entire MacBook, which is crazy. So
Rivian, go home.
Yeah, 2 glove boxes? How about one that takes up the entire...
Yeah, well, R1S doesn't even have a glove box.
Right.
And here you can put your laptop in there. That's a nice change.
That's great. It also fits way up here. Yeah, that's
and you've
great.
got the tables in the back.
Yep, this is great.
The table, I was sitting in the back while we were cruising earlier with the tables. That was awesome.
Yeah, and the third row we didn't really mention too much.
We also got our buddy Dick back here. Say hey.
Hi.
He'll be in the next video. We nerded out. Longest Lucid employee, right? Longest tenure?
Longest tenure. Yeah, I tried to figure out oldest, but I don't think they say oldest.
Yeah. But real OG in the EV space. So anyway, you'll see him in the next video. He's awesome. We'll do more with him in the future. Okay, that's the end of this video, Jordan. Let's just jump outside. We'll finish it up just so everyone can see it one last time. I'm going to put it into lowest ride height, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, should be slamming. And it might even go a little bit lower once it unbinds from sitting on the parking brake. Look at how low this thing can go, dude. It'll tuck that tire in. So that's basically the end of this video. Just a fun little quick tour of the production Gravity. Really cool to see all the serious improvements from the last time that we looked at this thing. And can't wait to drive it. That video will be coming. Can't wait to charge it. We're about to go do that. And I think this sort of kicks off how many videos are we going to do with this thing? Probably 40?
I don't know, but it's Gravity Week out here.
It's Gravity Week. We've got to do towing, range test, charging test, road trips. We need to push this thing to the limit in every scenario. I'm going to do track day in one at some point.
Oh, yeah.
And see how it does. So I know Shane's going to come with us on that. That'll be fun. Shane, you can sit in the third row sideways. I can see if you can I could look over at you basically. Not that the car would ever bend like that. Anyway, thanks so much for watching another Out of Spec Reviews video. Shout out to Lucid for being so cool and open and adjusting the vehicles based on a lot of our feedback, Jordan.
Yep.
You had some talks with the UI UX guy just before too. That was pretty cool. And
more to come.
We've got some work to do. So plenty of Gravity videos coming shortly. It's Gravity Month. See you on another one again soon. Bye-bye.